Right now, we support 3 Universal parks in the United States and every Disney World park and every Disneyland park.
Why are you choosing some parks that kind of already have extreme operations versus arbitrage in, smaller parks?
What we look at is the sheer size of amount of people these giant parks get a day.
What is going to kind of incentivize someone to pay that extra $8 for one day or $20 for a week when they have these other free resources?
Hello, judges. Today, I am so excited to introduce you to FasterPass, your personal theme park day planner. But before we get started, let's meet Bob. Bob and his family, like thousands of families from around the world, plan to go to Disneyland. They spend hundreds of dollars and travel thousands of miles. Also, they can have the magical experience of a lifetime. But when they get there, what do you think they find? Lines, so many lines. That night, Bob and his family go home, not feeling magical, but feeling disappointed, like they wasted all of their time and money because, well, they kind of did. Unfortunately, as it turns out, Bob and his family aren't alone. From a typical 8-hour visit, the average Disneyland guest spends a whopping 4 to 5 hours just waiting in line. That is a massive chunk of time spent doing nothing, and that's where we come in. Here at FasterPass, we aim to solve that problem by optimizing your theme park route and guiding you through your trip. All you have to do to begin is just select the park you're going to out of the various parks we support, like Disneyland. And then after that, just select all the rides you want to go on. You could even choose to go on a ride multiple times if you really want to. After all that's done, just sit back and relax, as our map will guide you throughout your trip, automatically pointing you to the next ride. If you're done with the ride, just click Mark as completed, and we'll guide you to the next one. All of this is possible because of our custom AI algorithm. That algorithm, trained on historical ride wait times, optimizes your route to minimize waiting and on average saves 1 to 2 hours. Just think about that, judges. That can be an extra 4 rides for Bob and his family. We use both past data and live data to come up with these accurate predictions. Based on past data, we have a rough estimate of what the wait times are going to be for a ride, and then we use live data sourced from Theme Park Wiki to get an even better idea of these wait times and also to adapt in case of abnormalities like a ride closing down. Say Bob and his family want to go on 3 rides. We know the rough wait times for these rides, so we know when they're going to be at a minimum. Taking into account other factors like the walking time between these rides, we generate the best possible path for Bob. What's special about this is that we're the only ones doing this. Not Disney, not Universal, it's just us. But that's not the only advantage we have over our competitors. Unlike other theme park guides like touringplans.com, we offer live guidance through our maps and update based on real-time data.
We're also going against theme park services like Genie Plus, and these do decrease waiting times, but they don't really optimize your route or guide you. Instead, just letting you go through shorter lines on select rides. They're also often more expensive as you have to pay per person. Cost can vary from $15 to $40. Instead, with FasterPass, for 24 hours of access to our algorithm, you only have to pay $7.99. And if you plan on going for 2 or 3 days, just buy our weekly pass for $19.99. We do have to spend money on calling our API and customer acquisition, but we still have a profit margin of over 50% on both passes. To show that our product has real demand, in about 1 week, we've already had 25 customers, which translates to a whopping $294 in sales. To further strengthen and improve our unique value proposition, we plan to focus on a few main areas. First, we'll continue refining our algorithm to improve wait time predictions and help users save up to 2 to 3 hours in the parks. We also aim to expand our coverage by adding at least 10 new major parks globally. Next, we plan to launch a referral program and kick off influencer marketing, targeting popular theme park creators on YouTube to help drive user growth. After that, we'll partner with U.S. travel agencies, offering them special referral benefits to help us reach even more visitors directly. We're the team to make this happen because we're passionate theme park enthusiasts with diverse experience in tech, marketing, and sales. But above all, we're driven by a shared mission to help every guest have the best possible experience at the parks. To turn our visions into reality, we are asking for $75,000. $30,000 for marketing so we can ramp up our influencer marketing program and get more paid ads on social media platforms like YouTube. We will also use another $30,000 for operations to maintain our product and to improve our AI algorithm. And finally, just for safety, we're going to allocate the remaining $15,000 for legal and insurance so we can continue building our business. In conclusion, most people waste 4 to 5 hours standing in line and end up missing their favorite rides. Our product helps solve that by minimizing wait times, which makes the experience way more fun, smoother, and easier. And with real traction, we know that people are willing to pay to enjoy more rides on their next visit. Thank you, and let's give theme park visitors the magical experience they deserve. Have you guys heard of Clear? Are seen Clear at the airports?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you basically like thinking, generally speaking, that it's kind of like that, where it's like fast tracking at like streamlining the processes of like I guess specifically like how are you thinking about this in terms of like the not the scale of it, but like the general user experience? Because I think in my head when I think of like fast tracking stuff, every park has its own reasons like why things are slow. They have their own like things. Like at some places you can get the fast pass, and some places you can't. It's very hyper specific. So like, and then Clear kind of made it so that at every airport it's kind of like a unified experience. So do you have like thoughts in general around how you envision it?
So currently, right now, we support the 3 Universal parks in the United States, 2 in Florida, 1 in California, and every Disney World park and every Disneyland park. We plan to expand to more parks as we continue on. And then we need to train the algorithm to each park, which doesn't take too long. We use data from over 250 historical rides and historical data. And yeah.
Can I just ask a quick follow-up question on that? Why did you choose the most trafficked, like the biggest parks in the world versus, for example, trying to look at the like ones that are a little bit offshoot? Like, for example, in Wisconsin, there's this thing called Kalahari, and it's super, super popular, like for like locals. Why are you choosing some like parks that kind of already have extreme operations versus like arbitrage in smaller parks where there's more room to experiment and stuff?
So yeah, that's a great point. We plan to expand to those smaller parks, but what we looked at is the sheer size of amount of people these giant parks get a day. It was just for Disney World alone, it's around 150,000 people every day. So it's just we're going for a larger market, but eventually we do plan to scale to these smaller parks, which will of course allow us to get more locals, et cetera, et cetera.
And any other questions for FasterPass?
Yeah, I have a couple. I think one would also, similar to the last pitch, would like to see some numbers around like opportunity size, total addressable market. Is that growing? What percentage do you want to capture? And then I think one main question that comes to me, right, sort of what Kaya brought up too, it's like you're targeting these really big established parks that have their own apps already that are free. So I'm trying to what really is kind of your competitive advantage, right? Theme parks are so expensive. I think I went to Disney a year ago and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so expensive, to visit, et cetera. And then what is going to kind of incentivize someone to pay that extra $8 for one day or $20 for a week when they have these other free resources?
What we compare it to is the fast passes, the flash passes at Six Flags, the Genie Plus, etc. Like all those Bane passes, we frame it as we are an itinerary guiding agent where we don't just we guide the user compared to these other apps where they don't have live maps, they don't have updating maps. It's almost kind of like Waze in a sense where you get more data in, it'll redirect you. It'll pop up that says re-optimize. And then we are able to be cheaper than these passes. So that's where I think a lot of our sales has come from, is that we offer a very similar time saving ratio with the added guiding feature. Because Genie Plus or Disney, for example, only works on 3 rides a day, unless you buy an extra $20 ride add-on, which not many people want to do.
Yeah, and I just want to
Money on.
yeah, I just want to add on because many of the people who are going to these theme parks have also like spent like 500 to like thousands of dollars on tickets, food, and travel, and like spending like $8 on like a day pass or any pass, saving up to 1 to 2 hours and hitting 2 to 4 more rides is like it's like a no brainer at that point after spending so much money, and compared to like Genie Plus, and like as Griffin said, Genie Plus is a lot more expensive.
Thanks. You mentioned real time that you gather real time data. How are you doing that?
So there's a free API, which sounds insane, but it's a free API called themeparks.wiki. It has live data from over 99 theme parks, over 100 theme parks, that gives you the live data. And then we use the historical data that's built into our algorithmic API that we got from all of this historical charts, total ride times from years in the past, genetic algorithms to make these itineraries almost as best as they can be, predictive modeling, simulated annealing, which are a bunch of technical terms for some of the AI techniques we use. And yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add on to the data that we got, that's from the historical data. It's not scraped from any of Disney's websites, and we don't claim to be affiliated with Disney. Just to avoid any legal trouble, we scraped all the historical data from a third-party website.
Great. Thank you, FasterPass. You can go back to the backstage, please. And let's welcome the next team.